weirdest part to me is like in Utah, when Elon started orbiting, his employees started through Tesla, right? And whatnot. And next thing I know, I'm getting reports from the inside world there, and I thought it was weird, but in my mind, I didn't really care. I was like, yeah, it makes sense why he would be working out here, and okay, well, I'm watching the batteries. I'm curious about their backup generators and their solar and blah, 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 blah. You know, um, and I was watching the electric car for a long time. I owned a freaking hybrid for like a decade. Um, I ended up going back to a standard vehicle, and I rely more on flex fuel, biofuels, even though they're not fully tested. I started testing it. So I prefer the older method to some degree for convenience, and I drive around the country a lot. Okay, especially in emergencies, I can't rely on a charging station. So like I'm gonna have better luck running out of gas and having somebody pick me up on the side of the road than relying on a charging station. And like that's a downside to like you there's like car thefts and carjackings, right? Fucking car dealerships do it in repos and faulty freaking car tracking loans with banking, just like they fuck you over in real estate. And then if you think about it, you pay for insurance, you pay for interest, you pay for that car twice. Okay, so like, let's go over math and how much money you spend. So, and then you don't really get a public transit system. Because, if you're a white nigger and you're making decisions for everybody else, like most of these people who are getting paid to be your city planners and approve your loans and whatnot, they afford those cars. They don't rely on public transit. They spend $100 on average on their check when they go out. Like it's a completely different lifestyle and mentality. They don't think about those problems. They're just like, well, that's what the bus is for. Not the convenience of a trolley and the fact that it fits on tighter roads and shit like that. They're actually lighter, right? But anyways, fuck you. I hope you all die.